record as a strong friend of Israel. You were in the Israeli army. I mean, you have a lifelong commitment. This comes from your family, from your background. You're a religious person.
And this opportunity in crisis provides, as the President-elect has said repeatedly, the opportunity.
The best thing that can happen to Israel is a strong America. And that means an America that's strong here at home economically, so it can also basically show its power around the world, and because when America is strong, Israel is also strong. And that is, I think, an important message to whether you're a friend of Israel or not, is taking care of the change here at home, making sure America is strong so it can basically project its power abroad, project its power abroad, project its power abroad. In a confident way. And that is exactly what Israel wants in the Oval Office, is a friend, and they're going to have that in Barack Obama.
What we have to do when we get sworn in, we get sworn in.
Let's get you sworn in.
I know, and you gotta be shitting me.
Really?
It might come as a shock to many people, but the form of government we have in this country today basically is socialistic. We have social programs for everything. We have educational programs to bring the curriculum around to what the national education authorities want. And basically we have a socialist program, but instead of the benefits going to the people, the benefits go to the corporations. Okay? So I think anyone that stops and looks at it would agree that we have socialism geared to benefit the multinational corporations. Now, interestingly enough, this is pushed along by a fervent nationalism. What's good for GM is good for the country, okay? And our country, right or wrong, and we're going to go take our form of freedom and democracy to some other country. If you don't like it, we'll just invade you and occupy you, okay? Now, what does that tell us? That tells us that the form of government that we're operating under today is National Socialism. And that should come as a shock to many people, particularly when you consider that National Socialism in German, shortened down, means Nazi. So, because the Nazi Party was the National Socialist German Workers' Party, National Socialist Deutsche Arbeiterpartei.
And freedom is beautiful. And, you know, it'll take time to restore chaos.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The big, the wealthy, the real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. They're irrelevant. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media news, all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. You know something? They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah.
What assurances, what commitments are the Treasury going to extract from these lending institutions that they're not going to do this, other than rhetorically begging them not to do it? I think we need more than just begging at this point.
Oh, I like money.
Chairman, we share your view. It's a very important point. We want our financial institutions lending in our communities. It's essential. And so if you look at some of the detailed terms around the preferred stock purchase agreement, there are specific contractual provisions on how they can and cannot use the capital. As an example, we are preventing increases in dividends because we don't think it's appropriate to take government capital, the taxpayers' money, and then increase dividends. That doesn't increase capital in the financial system, so that's prohibited. Second, share repurchases are also prohibited.
Home of Imhotep, Pharaoh's high priest, keeper of the dead.
I know, and I'm you gotta be shitting me.